Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and good evening to anybody who may be following us on YouTube. I'm Councillor Ian Edwards. I am Chairman of the Central and South Committee meeting. There being no members of the public present, we will dispense with the normal messages and notes, and we will go straight into the agenda, please. So, we have agenda item. Apologies for absence, number one.
No apologies received, Chairman.
Thank you very much. Declaration of interest. Any additional ones this evening, colleagues? No. Sign and receive the minutes of the previous meeting. That's in your pack, dated the 20th of March. Are they agreed? Thank you. No matters notified in advance or urgent. Confirm that there are items in both Part 1 and Part 2, so we will be breaking the link after the two agenda items 6 and 7. If anybody is following us online and wishes to understand the outcomes of the enforcement matters 9, 10, 11 and 12, the decisions are published in due course. Okay, so let's turn please to agenda item 6, number 30, New Broadway.
Right, this application relates to number 30, New Broadway, which is a 3-storey building with a retail unit at ground floor level and residential above. It does actually have planning permission for the ground floor to be changed to residential. It seeks full planning permission for the erection of a single-storey rear extension to the property to create one 2-bedroom flat and provision of balconies for the 2 flats at first and second floor level. I'll just take members to the slides quickly. So it falls within the developed area. There's no specific constraints relating to the site in planning terms. Got your location plan. This is the existing plan, and then you've got the proposed. So the area in grey is the area where the single-storey extension is proposed. You've got existing, and then you've got the proposed plans. Aerial. And then some photos which show the site. Whilst there are no objections in principle to the intensification of residential use of the site, a number of concerns are raised to the proposals and the appropriateness of it in this location. It fails to comply with current planning policies and guidance relating to residential amenity and would provide an unacceptable living environment for existing and future occupants. Concerns are particularly raised regarding adequacy of outlook and daylight for both occupants of the existing and future properties. Concerns are also raised over lack of usable amenity space and inadequate parking. There's no addendum for this item, so for the reasons summarised, refusal is recommended.
Thank you, Joe. Colleagues, it's on for discussion, debate. Councillor Hero.
Thank you, Chairman. I don't think there's any need for discussion. I think what the officers have written quite adequately explains what the problems are, and I would recommend that we accept the officers' recommendations.
Thank you very much. You're proposing that. Councillor Money? I'll second that. Thank you very much. Show of hands, please, on this one. That's unanimous. Application is refused. Moving on now to number 7. 392 Long Lane.
Okay, this application relating to 392 Long Lane seeks advertisement consent for the installation of externally illuminated signage. I'll just show members the plans quickly. You've got your location plan, a plan showing the signage, but the best image that best demonstrates it is probably this photo which has been provided by the applicant, which just demonstrates where the illumination would be. So you've got that as a nighttime image, and I think the case officers provided a daytime image, so it is existing. It's considered that the signage satisfactorily relates to the character and appearance of the premises and surrounding area, and furthermore, it's not considered that it gives rise to any issues of highway or pedestrian safety. There is an addendum relating to this one where a couple of additional conditions have been added. One, ensuring that the illumination is static, and another, restricting the hours of use to safeguard residential amenity. I'd also draw members' attention to the letter of objection which has been received. For the reasons summarised, it's recommended that approval should be granted. Thank you, Chairman.
Thank you very much. With regards to the addendum condition, the fixing of the lights, would that allow the effects that we have under Manor Bridge, where the lights change colour at regular intervals, or would this condition prevent that?
Whether we can tweak the wording to better reflect that.
It's just a thought that came into my mind. Fixed and constant. I don't know whether legal.
Yeah, I don't think the wording at the moment is only trying to prevent the sort of intermittent or flashing. It's not saying it has to remain that white colour. So they could change it. Unless we reword that condition, they could change it to pink, blue, red,
green, throughout the evening. Every 10 minutes a different colour. I suggest we tweak.
Yes, it needs tweak.
Yeah. Okay. And we delegate. Everybody would be comfortable if we were to go with the officer's recommendations, that be delegated to. Okay, so we'll open this one up, please. Councillor Chandal.
Thank you, Chairman. Could I just ask the officers a question regarding the hours of, shouldn't be on, 11 to 6. Is that chemist open until then? Because surely I would have assumed, what's the point of having it on if the chemist is not open? It's 11, is it?
Yeah, the signage that you can see up there actually says open late until 11 p.m.
Fair point.
Any other issues, colleagues? Councillor Yarrow?
Thank you, Chairman. What I would suggest that we accept the officer's recommendations, bearing in mind that I've got additional controls to add at the officer's discretion from the addendum sheet. So I move that we accept the officer's recommendation.
Okay, so it's the officer's recommendations to approve this, subject to the 2 addendum conditions. 1 to be amended by delegated to head of planning to ensure that we're getting a fixed white light rather than changing colours. Councillor Ahmed Walana, please.
I second that.
Thank you very much. Show of hands, please, on this one. That's everybody. Okay. Moving rapidly along to the 106. Is that noted by colleagues? Thank you. We will break the link now and go to agenda item 9, the enforcements.